Wait, you were locked up during the pandemic, right?
On this trip, yes.
Yeah. What was that experience like, man?
Oh man, that was one experience that I have never experienced before in my life. Number one, there was no more box. There's no more box. Like the people that was already in the boxes in the other jails, they couldn't leave the box because they stopped all transfers. Nobody was getting transferred. There was no more transportation. I think it was I don't remember, probably like a year and a half or 2 years. So if I come out of my cell and I get in trouble and they write me up, I'm not going nowhere. There's no box. You can't send me to the box. You can't even kick me out the jail. You can only send me to another block. And also, there's no incentive for me to stay out of trouble because there's no transfers. You're stuck in that jail no matter what. I'm just saying in general. And they allow us to wear the mask. Okay, now everybody is wearing their state greens because in there you get a set of state, you get like 3 sets of state greens and stuff like that. But you could wear your own personal solid color shirts in there. Everybody stopped wearing their own personal shirts. Everybody was dressed in state greens. Everybody was not wearing their personal sneakers and dressing in the state boots and taking the state green hat and putting the mask on. Everybody looked the same when we come out the cell. You can't identify who's who. And we're allowed to do that. We're allowed to do that. We're in the yard, got the whole gear on. You don't know who's who. Yeah, they got cameras in the yard, but everybody's dressed the same. Everybody looks the same. Shit pop off. You don't know who's who.
Wow. So people getting
It was,
stabbed, you don't know
it
who
was pretty
stabbed
wild.
who.
People was getting stabbed. People was getting stabbed. People was getting hit. They was taking it out on a lot of COs. A mad COs was getting assaulted. Dudes was coming out there selling, just popping on police. Like dudes with triple life or whatever. They have nothing else to lose. They wake up. I can't get kicked out of this jail anyway. I can't even go to the box. There's nothing they can do to me. Fuck it. I don't like this police. Bing, bing, boom. Just pop off on them when they come out the cell. It was a wild time during the coronavirus in the prison system.
So were you in there before the pandemic actually happened, or it was like right after? Because I know you caught the
No,
case
I
in
was
what, 2018?
No, I caught the case in 2016. I was on bail until
2016.
2018. I was on bail until 2018. And 2018, I blew trial and went on off. So I was there when they shut the jail down, you know?
Wow. So you were there before and after.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
I was on the phone talking to friends and they was like, yo, there's this thing called COVID. I'm like, that shit ain't gonna affect us. I'm in bumfuck Egypt. I'm like fucking 7, 8 hours from New York City. That shit ain't gonna reach up here. Yo, next thing you know, like that shit started going on the news and everything. And then they started issuing memorandums of saying, oh, from this day on, there'll be no more visits from this day on. And I'm like, oh shit, this is crazy. And it just turned crazy. And then they started making us take the COVID tests, and then they gave us the vaccines and the booster and everything.
Was healthcare still like the same, or it got worse when you were there because of the COVID?
No, it got better. It got
Oh,
better.
it
They,
got
they was
better.
more on top of shit. Yeah, because listen, the only way COVID can come into the prison if there's no visits is the officers are bringing it in. The officers or the civilians are bringing it in. Other than that, we have no visits. We have no contact with the people outside. So if somebody catches it in there, that shit could spread like crazy, like wildfire. So they were very strict on it. Officers that had a temperature, they wouldn't let them come into work. They was checking them out and everything.
Because
So
you never know what to believe, like from the news, because like the way that news was broadcasting some of it, it was like, oh, the inmates are getting mistreated even more in some prisons. They're not getting the
it's
treatment that they
possible.
deserve.
It's possible. It's possible. It's definitely possible. Um,
That's crazy.
but the jails that I was in New York State, it was like high security prisons where they had cameras in the hallway, microphones in the hallway. So uh their ability to get away with beating inmates down in New York State, certain prisons, has dropped a lot. I mean, there's still blind spots where they can do you dirty, but more now, there's more awareness. So they force police to wear body cams and everything. So stuff like that won't be as prevalent as it was like in the late 80s and 70s and 90s.
Hmm. Did you notice a difference with like anything with like the Asian hate or anything during that time?
In prison,
Yeah, in prison specifically.
I myself didn't experience it, you know, because I was like liked and respected. So, they're not gonna be like, yo, Rich, yo, what's up with this COVID thing, you know what I'm saying? Your peoples or whatever. No, I didn't experience that, Uh contrary to popular beliefs, like people in prison, they're very well mannered in certain areas. I mean, we're more tend to like explode, but in the streets, we're walking in the streets, people bump into each other and crowd each other or whatever. In prison, you don't get that. Like if somebody's walking and I'm walking, we both will get out of each other's way. No matter how big or small we are, we're both gonna get out of each other's way and be like, yo, pardon me, excuse me, or or, or pardon self. Like in the streets, people don't do that. People don't care about you pardoning yourself. Like people are very well mannered because you never know. You could mouth off to the wrong dude and you might lose your life.
Right.
I mean, if you're looking for smoke, then yeah, you're gonna do that. But most guys in there that's trying to do their time, very well mannered,
That's something that I hear too. Like in prison, people are very respectful. Like
respectful.
it's very much about respect. You know what I
Yep,
mean?
yep. Even we're sitting in the mess hall, we're finished eating, and if I'm about to get up and the other side didn't get up yet, I'm gonna knock on the table to let them know I'm getting up, so the table won't get shifted or whatever if they're still eating. But I won't talk, so my spit won't get under the table. So it's not respect, but certain
Right.
people,
Right.
for certain people.